Hello, my fellow CS colleagues, and welcome to Tech Tips with me, Sarah B. Cruz of PRETREAT CSS, where we educate, motivate, and have a little fun onboarding into our career with professional development. If you're just finishing your CS Tech program or self-study, you're in the right place. Tech Tips is where we discuss some of our challenges you'll face in your first facility or department. You'll find the act of learning and studying CSS is very different than performing your tech responsibilities. But don't worry, there's a ton of resources out there, and one that's actually sponsoring this Tech Tips. And I got your back with this free tutorial and download PDF. So let's put the CSS in our hard skills success. Ta-da! This tech tip is all about how to interpret vendor product labels. This refers to and is not limited to the labels and packaging that are on the chemicals, disposables, instruments, and even implants that you'll come in contact with during your average regular day in the department. I'm going to give you a lot of information today, but the most important thing is that you listen, learn, apply, and have fun, okay? When you're coming in from tech school, it's going to be really easy to get caught up in the phrase, well, I learned this. Take it and listen and interpret all of the information that your fellow CS colleagues in your department are offering you, and really have fun onboarding into your job. Congratulations for being in your first facility. All right, so I immediately want to pull you guys right down here to this 2 with the sterilize in it, and then this 2 with a line through it. The 2 with sterilize means that the product cannot be re-sterilized after opening. It applies to a lot of blade attachments or burrs, whereas the 2 with a line in it is a product cannot be used twice, which applies to a lot of implants, plates, screws, and sometimes blades and burrs. They mean different things. So make sure you're checked in and really paying attention to them when you're interpreting them. And obviously, the best one and the most referred to one is the exclamation point or the I with a little book. And it means to consult the instructions for use, AKA IFUs, right? Okay. Products inside the box are sterile when you see this sterile label. And then when you see a non-sterile label, it means they're not sterile inside the box. If you don't see one of these on the label, don't assume, okay? A lot of the times when it's not listed, it means not sterile. So always seek a second opinion in leadership if you're unsure. Do it even if you question it for a second. The reference number is the number that's used inside the catalog for ordering. A lot number is the lot number or the batch number that this reference number is a part of. And the serial number refers to the reference number in a group underneath the lot. So they all kind of build on top of each other, and they're mostly used for recalls and product ordering, but you'll see a lot of these variations on implant sheets or product sheets when you're trying to restock certain instrumentation. QTY stands for the quantity per package. Sometimes when you get more than what's listed, it feels like getting 2 bags of chips from the vending machine when you've only paid for 1. But just do a hard stop right there too. Obviously bring it to leadership's attention if the quantity that's listed is less than what's inside the package, and always bring it to their attention when it's more than. We don't know if maybe the product inside got cut, damage, something that we can't perceive with our own visuals that would be grossly underserving our patients just because we feel like we got a BOGO, right? And then we have the time-old symbol, the hourglass, which represents our expiration date. If there's no day listed, it's important to use the end of the month unless it's a fluid, because then it might be the beginning of the month. Again, it's important to recognize when the expiration date is. This little house here that's clear represents the date it was manufactured. Don't get confused with this when you see our expiration, okay? Because it might raise a red flag. You're like, oh my God, this was already expired, when they're just talking about when it was made. And then you have a very similar symbol filled in black, and that's the legal manufacturer. You'll see this and then the company's brazen name next to it. Do not use contents of a package if the package is damaged if you see this on it. It's a pretty good rule to follow regardless if that's there or not. We don't know what happened to the product inside of it. If you see our umbrella with the little raindrops, items and contents must be kept dry. And then just to conclude, all these items with an RX only means they must be prescribed for use. All right, rounded up with some quick pointers. There's no standard way vendor labels are supposed to be created. That's right, folks. Location and use of the symbols will vary based on the vendor. Sometimes you'll see the nice little black house, sometimes you won't, and the locations of them are all over the place. So just because you're used to seeing the expiration date down in this corner, right where you see Sarah Cruz, doesn't mean it won't be all the way up here the next time or right in the center. It can go anywhere. So that's why it's important to be well versed with the images that you're looking for, not just because of what the images provide you, but because of the information you learn about the images. You're only going to get that appreciation for what you should be looking for if you teach your eyes how to look for the information, not the location of the information. It's important to know the expiration date. If you don't see one on your product, bring it to someone's attention right away. Yeah? And then lastly, when in doubt, ask. A second opinion is always better than a first wrong one. Okay, I do this thing called the 5-second rule. And no, I'm not talking about when you drop food on the ground if you want to eat it, okay? If you have to think about something for 5 seconds, ask someone. There's no shame in getting reassurance in an idea, clarity on a concept, and even just making sure that it's the best choice for your patient. Remember, just because you're not seeing them doesn't mean they're not your responsibility. All right, guys, what do you think? I want to give you all a big Wi-Fi high five for checking into your professional development today. I am so honored to be a part of your CS adventure. Our sponsor would like to help you too. Rick Schultz has created an amazing resource for all the CS professionals out there that are ready to take on the world of surgical instruments. Take a look at the Definitive Inspection Textbook and Coaching Cards. The World of Surgical Instruments, the Definitive Inspection Textbook and Coaching Cards by Rick Schultz will offer an amazing resource of knowledge and hand-on training skills for your department. With over 1,000 large, clear, high-resolution images, Central Sterile professionals will have a real-life representation of the instruments they'll see every day. This textbook will also arm CS technicians with the ability to learn instrument names, their functions, how to test the quality, and key inspection points, all in an easy-to-use format. The coaching cards are my favorite. They are designed to develop a true understanding of the instrument's functions and vital aspects. Through studying these cards, we won't just see an instrument, we will know it inside and out. Our patients benefit from the World of Surgical Instruments, the Definitive Inspection Textbook and Coaching Cards the most. Its knowledge promotes patient safety through safer processing techniques and increased surgical tray accuracy. This all leads the fight against infection. You can get your textbook and cards as a bundle or individually from www.rickschultz.org. Let's put the CSS in success and arm our patients with our knowledge and instrumentation inspection. So, if you're interested in receiving the free PDFs in today's tech tip, reach out to me at www.pretreatcss.com. And if you have any questions on how to receive Rick's book, reach out to me that way too. Thanks again, and don't forget, you're the real MVP.